Okay, good morning, Algebra 1. I just wanted to give you an update on this week. This is Monday, and I'm going to give a lesson out today that will be due Tuesday, and I'm guessing that we have off Wednesday. Okay, I'll assign another lesson on Thursday, which will be due Thursday, and then we're going to have a test on Friday. Okay, so be ready for that. Make sure you do your homework and you're staying refreshed on all the lessons that we're getting ready to cover. We're on lesson 77 right now. We're going to do lesson 78. The test will be up through 74. Okay, so we're on lesson 77, which is consecutive odd and consecutive even integers. And then the second half is fraction and decimal word problems. Okay, this is a lot like the last lesson. The first part of it is like the last lesson when we just did consecutive numbers. Now we're doing consecutive even or odd numbers. And you can see, okay, with the first example, it says find three consecutive even integers. Three consecutive even integers. So it would be like, if it would be 2, 4, 6, 8, or 6, 8, 10, whatever. But whatever the first one is going to be n. And then we're going to have n plus 2, and then we're going to have n plus 4. So we have three consecutive even integers. All right. It says find three consecutive even integers such that the sum of the first and the second equals, so the sum of the first would be n plus 2. The sum of the first two, n plus 2, is, or it says actually equals the sum of the third, which is n plus 4 and negative 10. Okay, so we combine the like terms, which is n and n would be 2n plus 2 equals n plus, right? 4 plus negative 10 is plus negative 6, right? Okay, then we get the numbers on one side and the variables on the other. We'll get the variables over here. So we'll minus 1n, and we'll minus an n, and we will minus 2 here, take it over there, and minus 2, right? So we are left with n equals n will equal negative 8, right? Negative 6 and negative 2 is negative 8. 2n minus n is 1n. So that's my first digit right there. N plus 2, right, would be negative 6. That would be the second one. And then n plus 4, positive 4, would be negative 4. So your three consecutive even integers would be negative 8, negative 6, negative 4. Okay, that's the first example. All right, next example would be, I'm going to go to 77.3. It says find four consecutive odd integers. We still have n. We have n plus 2, n plus 4, and n plus 6. That's four consecutive, and it's going to work out to be odd integers, right? Okay, so find four consecutive odd integers such that the sum of the first and fourth, so here's the first and here's the fourth. Okay, so we have n plus 6 is 25 greater than the opposite of the third. Is 25 plus the opposite of the third, which is this one right here. Okay, how do we write that? we're gonna write it as opposite of the third, n plus 4, right? And I'm gonna bring the 25 over here off the bat, and I'm gonna combine these like terms. I'm left with 2n minus 25 would be 25 minus 25 would be, oh, I have this number over here as well, okay? So this one would be, I'm gonna rewrite this as 2n plus 6 minus 19, or I'm sorry, minus 25 is the opposite of n plus 4, okay? I'm gonna rewrite this and make this simplified. It'll be 2n minus 19 is negative n, and then you have to do minus sign times positive 4 would be minus 4, right? I'm gonna bring the numbers over to this side and the letters over to this side. I'm gonna add n, and I'm going to add 19. Add 19. I'm left with 3n equals, that would be positive 15. So n will equal 5. Then we do n plus 2 would be 7. N plus 4 would equal 9. And n plus 6 would equal 11. Those are my 4 consecutive odd integers. Okay, moving on to the second part of the lesson. I'm only going to do one example right here, and it's going to be the last example. Okay. This will be example 77.6. Okay, 77.6. It says 3/4 of the tickets had been sold. 3/4 of the tickets had been sold, and there were 420 tickets left. Okay, now what does 420 represent? 420 does not represent 3/4 of the tickets. 420 says what's left. 3/4 have been sold. That means there's 1/4 left, right? So the 1/4 is 420. So if I'm going to, and you have to think about this, if I'm going to write an equation that I can solve, I'm going to say 1/4 of some number is 420. 1/4 of some number is 420. 420 represents that 1/4, right? I just don't know what the total number of tickets that were printed. Okay, and you know how to probably solve this. I'm going to multiply this by 4/1, and I'm going to multiply this by 4/1. So basically my answer is going to be 420 times 4, right? And that answer is 1680, okay? Take your time figuring out what the question is asking so you can write out an equation that will make sense, okay? So again, I'm going to make this due on Tuesday. I'm going to give another lesson on Wednesday, although it won't be due until Thursday, all right? And then test Friday, okay? We'll see you then. Hope everyone had a good weekend. Bye.